This is Dr. G with Dr. Soda, and we're here at PM Kids. We want to wish everybody a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We are definitely excited for 2021 as we have many programs planned for this year. One of which is a new and exciting teen and adolescent program.
Yes, I'm very excited about this because that's my passion.
Right, this is one of your passions that you had told me about last year. Right?
It is.
So it's definitely an important program. You know, we think of pediatrics as little babies and young kids, and then suddenly they enter into this mysterious phase called the teen years.
Yes.
And it just has its own
right
bunch of issues and topics.
And complications and nuances. And in previous times, people used to consider teenagers to be miniature adults. And that's very incorrect because they're not adults, they're not children. They're really this special group and subset of people with, very unique issues, unique concerns, and they really have to be approached a certain way. You can't, treat them like you would a school-age child or like you can an adult. So I'm very excited about this.
And it's very curious years. They have tons of questions.
Yes.
And, growing up as a teenager, you end up talking to other teenagers. And there's a lot of misinformation out there, right, between. And so we really wanted to create a program that's going to help to guide teenagers.
Yes.
So tell us about some of the services that you're going to offer in the teen program.
So some of the services that we'll offer here, of course, would be sexually transmitted disease testing and treatment. In addition, obviously, pregnancy is an issue for a lot of teenagers. So pregnancy prevention, pregnancy education, and then pregnancy treatment if necessary.
But those could be some intense topics for a teenager.
Very intense
topics.
I
mean, they're going to be worried, oh my God, what's going on? What do I do?
Exactly.
Right.
And so that's what, my primary focus is counseling. Counseling, education.
There's a lot of fear that teenagers have even talking about this stuff. Sometimes they're embarrassed.
They are.
Sometimes they think that an STD will just go away all by itself.
Correct. And so that's why the education component is so crucial to that age group. Because, they are a group of people that kind of act without considering future consequences.
Yes.
And so you have to counsel, you have to educate them on, the behaviors that they engage in today can have a lasting impact for years to come.
Right. So it sounds like a major component is prevention.
Absolutely.
And obviously the second component will be management and treatment. A lot of teenagers might be embarrassed and they're going to be worried about what their parents are going to think. They may be scared to death. Look, I have this issue going on and what am I supposed to do now? So how would you...
So one of the biggest things, again, for kids in this age group, teenagers, is confidentiality rights. So any teen 15 years or older does, by law, have confidentiality rights when it comes to sexually transmitted diseases, pregnancy, mental health issues, and substance abuse. So we will definitely, hold true to that in allowing kids to have just a safe place to come, to talk, to voice their concerns without fear that their parent or guardian is going to get, information on what we talked about.
And to be clear, we don't want to say that you should not tell your parents.
Correct.
That's not
and I always say that
message,
as well. Thank you for saying that. I always try to encourage teenagers that yes, while they do have these issues that can be confidential, obviously whenever the parent is involved, it just makes for a much better, environment for the child.
Right. So obviously we want to create a safe environment.
Yes.
And sometimes, you told me a story about a teenager that you saw once who they came to see you and then you spoke to them deeply and then the mom came back with him.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
So we, like I said, we really, really push for parental involvement because, we found that when a child tries to hide or keep information from their parent, then it can sometimes promote those negative behaviors as opposed to nurturing those to try to find, resolution for whatever the issue or the situation may be.
Right. So definitely sexually transmitted disease is a tough topic. Teen pregnancy is another tough, these are just tough topics to talk about. And sometimes parents, they obviously may be hesitant to believe that their child is not sexually active.
Yes.
Right. And so if their child does become pregnant, then
So, I mean, in addition, so it's not just educating the patient, it's also educating the parent as well. So there's a lot of counseling that kind of go into these specialized visits. But that's my passion. I love it. That's my interest. Yeah. I've always, worked in some arena of adolescent medicine. And so I'm really excited. I'm really excited about that.
And how do you deal with mental health in a teen? What is your...
So again, it's all about how you approach the teenager. I think if they feel unthreatened and if they feel like they're not being judged, then you'll be surprised how easily they open up to you. And I mean, it's just really about creating that safe space and that safe environment so that they feel comfortable coming to you and talking to you.
And I think that's a very important word that you just said. You don't judge. We are not here to judge anybody based on what has happened, but rather to guide them.
Right? Absolutely.
I mean, you certainly have to have a passion to work with teenagers.
Yes.
Because a lot of parents tell me that teenagers, they don't talk to them. Everything is good. They got nothing to say.
Yes.
Right? And so how do you get a teenager to kind of feel comfortable and open up?
I mean,
is there a process that you...
I try to be relatable. I let them know that we've all been at that stage in our lives before. None of us just kind of went from childhood to adulthood and never made any mistakes and were perfect. We've all made mistakes along the way. And again, it's just being able to relate to them, identify with what they're feeling, and again, just letting them know that you're not being judged. This is a safe space. So, I want to help you. You have to be honest with me, but there are resources out there for whatever the issue may be to, help them get through whatever the situation is.
So definitely like the words that you use, honest, because I feel like when a teenager is honest and open with you, it obviously allows for better care, better communication for everybody.
It does.
Right? It's not always easy to be honest about some of the things that they go through, but we definitely want to create a safe space that is non-judgmental, that is accepting to all different views.
Yes.
Right? And so this is why we are creating this teen program for the young folks.
So stay tuned. Coming February 2021, I will be starting my new specialized teen and young adult clinic. Stay tuned for more information on our Facebook page and IG page. You can also email us at info@pmkids.com or give our office a call at 240-585-7128. This has been Dr. Slaughter and Dr. G. We'll see you next time.
Excellent. See you next time.
Bye.